Okay. Hi, this is John Klein again. We've been dealing with these headlights for many months. I've talked to Leslie, I've talked to Jack. We hadn't talked to each other in several months when COVID hit and my son went off to college. It's kind of a new experience for everybody, so we were kind of had to put him on hold for a little bit, but he actually got to come home for the holidays and he's gonna be here for a week or two. And I'd like to try to get them fixed if we can in that time frame. Just to refresh your memory a little bit, this is the headlights, the HID-PRO-JH-DCHA11-LB in a black. We had talked about swapping these out and trading them back in, but again, when COVID hit and he ended up off at college, we didn't have time to mess with it. We got his lights working where they would work and the headlights would come on, everything was fine. It was just the LED bar across the top. Since he's been home, I've actually pulled it back apart and figured a few things out. I ran across the white with brown wire that goes into the plug on the back of the headlight, and it actually, I don't know if I can show you here, but this plug I don't know, I may not be able to see it from here. So on the back of the plug right there that goes into the LEDs itself, this white with brown wire. I couldn't figure out what it was at first. I later discovered that it is actually the turn signal light. It is the bulb, it is the wire for the turn signals. If you unplug that wire, now bear with me for a second because it's kind of difficult. If you unplug that wire, then the LEDs will come on, and I'll show you what's going on. So if I turn the driver's side, that wire is still plugged in. The passenger side is unplugged. And here's what happens. If you turn the lights on, notice that the driver's side flickers. Okay? The right side, the passenger side, works like it's supposed to. However, there's no turn signal because we've got it unplugged. If I do the right or the driver's side, the turn signal works and the LED's off. But obviously no turn signal on the passenger side because it's unplugged. But with that wire disconnected, they come on and work before the car started. Once the car starts, move those. Okay. So when I start, sorry, dogs are driving me crazy. So what I've discovered is, I think back to what we were talking about, the turn light, the turn signal being incorporated with the LED driving light bar is the problem. Now, in one of our discussions, one of our talks, we were going to swap these for a different model, getting rid of that integrated turn signal. Of course, again, when COVID hit and my son went off to college, everything kind of went by the side, plus his car wasn't here, so we weren't able to work on it. If that offer still stands, I know we were waiting at one point for your HID-PRO-JH-DCHA11-LB-BK in the black to see if that one would help, because it had a separate blinker from the light bar, and y'all were out of stock of those for a while. If that's still an option, here's a problem we're gonna have. He also is working full-time, so we can't be without a headlight. So, I mean, the reason why we swapped these out is because he had hit a hog back first of the year and damaged the headlights, and we had to put headlights in. So we don't have separate headlights. We don't have a replacement. If we can't get this working, then we're just gonna have to scrap the LED bar and move on, because we cannot get it. We don't know what to do. If that option is still on the table to swap these, I'm open for that, but we need to do some kind of cross ship. If it's not, if you've got any suggestions whatsoever, again, it does have to do with that integrated blinker bar. I have resistors on both wires. There's a resistor on the blinker light, or the blinker wire, and the resistor on the light bar. Everything else seems to work fine. It's just that light bar flickers, and it's not right. I've looked online, I've done forums, I've spent months looking for anybody talking about these kind of lights. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I need some results. I need to figure something out. I still have the original box sitting over here. If we need to do that, if that's still an option. The lights are in good shape. They just need to be wiped off. But obviously they're not working right. So I know it's been a long time since we talked last, but again, when COVID hit, and then my son going off to college, we didn't have a way to do it. So my name's John Klein. My email is jfklein55@gmail. We were talking on emails, and it's got a reference number. I'm not sure if it's the right one, but it's got a 543573. I'm assuming that was our order number. We also had a 43613. That may have been the original order, because we did try to swap these out. Y'all sent us a new set of these, same exact models, and it still didn't work. So that's when we got into, we were gonna swap them and for a different model, and then y'all are out of stock, COVID hit, all that. So Leslie, if you've got any suggestions, or Jack, whoever is getting this, I need some help. I appreciate it. Again, it's just a light bar, so the daytime running lights. He's got a setting on his dash, on his radio, to disable the daytime running lights, but it doesn't seem to function this. Whether I turn it on or off, it doesn't do any effect on these whatsoever. So I've tried that. We've tried the resistors. I've even tried doing a straight wire down to the lights. They do come on, but obviously that would involve putting in a switch and doing some other stuff. And then his blinkers wouldn't go off, or the lights wouldn't go off when the blinkers would come on. So, I mean, it was an option, but not a good one. Anyways, I appreciate your time. Get back with me. Thank you.